most medication errors have root causes, and through my research, I came to the conclusion that there's two main causes. One is people, and the other one is systems. In other words, with people, a lot of times as a nurse, it's difficult for us to communicate all of the details that happened while we are on our shift. We try to write everything down and endorse all of the information that we need to do the next shift. But it's also a time where there's a potential breakdown in communication, and not everything is reported to the next shift. So one of the root causes is shift change. The other thing is patient transfers. When a patient comes into a new unit, we often take report, but again, sometimes not everything is communicated to us. So it is difficult, whether it be that a patient needs to be on IV liquid for maintenance, whether it needs to be the medication wasn't given on time, so now it has to be given in the other unit, whether it be labs need to be drawn. Now, labs aren't necessarily a medication error or a near medication error. However, it does affect the patient, and potentially it could affect the dosage or the type of medication that a patient receives. So generally, it's an incomplete handoff. The other thing is workflow disruption. Oftentimes in my unit, I am passing out medications and a physician will stop me because they want me to do something else for another patient. That can be a huge way where an error can take place. The other thing is distraction. When you're pulling meds and someone is asking you to do something or asking you about another patient, it's an easy way to get distracted. In my unit, what we do is we wear a yellow belt during time of med pass, where it tells everyone else that we are in the middle of passing medication. However, that doesn't always work. There's been many times where physicians abruptly interrupt our pulling up from the Pyxis, and they will ask us to do something. So that's a potential way of getting a near miss, or even committing a medication error. The other thing is system. There has been several times in the hospital where there's been labeling errors. So a pharmacist tech will go into the Pyxis and put in a similar medication into the Pyxis, and we pull it thinking that it's that medication, but it's our responsibility to check before we administer it to the patient, and even before we even go out of the med room. The other thing is improper use of pumps, IV pumps. Oftentimes there's, not oftentimes, but there's sometimes where IV pumps don't work. If they're not working correctly, that means that the medication isn't given efficiently, or it has to be stopped. So that is a breakdown in inpatient care. The other thing is abbreviation use. Sometimes the physicians will use the wrong medication abbreviation, and that puts in a monkey wrench into my job, because I have to check not only mine, but the pharmacist's. Puts in a monkey wrench into the pharmacist's job, because now we have to double check with their abbreviation. The other thing is documentation and transcription errors. I work in a learning hospital, so there's oftentimes where residents will put in the wrong medication or the wrong frequency of medication for a medication to be delivered. So those are also potential near misses.